All right, here we are, day three, friends. It's good to see you again. It's a quick check-in. That's all we have on our day three of every week. It's a quick one just to check in and to set you up for one more day of talking about self-control and what happens after we choose our reactions to things. Do you see this shoe behind me over my shoulder? I know you do. It is one of my favorite pairs of shoes. I love red, white, and black, but now it's silver because as you can see, well, this shoe tells a story. Now, we've been talking about self-control and what happens after we choose reactions to things. So do you see that this shoe has duct tape on it? Yeah, this was one of my favorite pairs of shoes, but last week it totally fell apart. Oh my goodness, everything just fell apart on my shoes, both of them last week. Now, let's say I did some of those things that we've talked about and listed the last couple days, like screaming at somebody or yelling or throwing my shoes. Oh my goodness, what if I did some of those things, you guys? What if I did some of those? Now, we need to talk about what happens after we make the choices we do when we are talking about self-control. When we're angry, when we're frustrated. Oh, what if I did some of those things like that at work with kids around? Man, those would have been the really wrong ways to respond to that. What comes next after we respond like that? When we break things or throw things or scream? I could have had zero self-control when my shoes broke last week and been super angry and yelled at other people, but it wasn't even anybody's fault. What would have come next? What would have come next? Would I have had to apologize to people around me? Absolutely. We don't think about those things when we're going through just really big feelings, do we? We don't think about those things. If I had done those things, I would have not only had to apologize to people, I would have maybe even gotten huge trouble here at work. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten asked to come back. Oh man, that's just some of those things we go through, you guys, are so hard. That's what we're going to talk about today. What happens after you lose self-control? We're going to pause here, okay? Talk about what happens after somebody loses, the day after, let's say the day after. You have a big fit, throw a tantrum, break things, run, scream, hit. Talk about those things right now. We're going to pause for just a couple minutes. Class Connection Captain, get your markers ready, your pencils ready. All right? Go ahead and pause right here. Did you get to talk about some of those things, about what happens after we lose self-control? We, as younger kids, don't always think about the consequences that happen later, do we? We just don't think about them. We are mad now, and I want to get mad now and throw a fit. What are some things you came up with? Did you list things that I would have had to do or that sometimes you might have had to do if you lose self-control when you hurt or say mean things to other people? Did you list that I would have gotten in big trouble? Yeah, or maybe not have had a job anymore. We need to think about some of those things when we are dealing with big feelings. All right. I didn't do any of those things, by the way. I didn't throw or get mad or yell or scream. I found some duct tape from my awesome custodians. I duct taped my shoes, and I save it as a reminder for Mrs. Allen to always try my very best to have self-control in hard situations when you're going through big feelings. Oh, I like practicing self-control. I hope you've learned a lot about self-control this week, even when you're frustrated, even when you're mad, even when you're excited. I hope you've learned a few lessons about self-control. I hope you take a couple more minutes as a class to talk about self-control and how you can not only show it in school, but in the community. That's your challenge for the rest of the week. Show your teacher, show your friends, show yourself self-control. All right, you guys, bye for now. I'll see you next time.